Every time we close out a sweepstakes, the big question is what? Who's won? Did I win? I get it. It's frustrating to wait for us to go through our winners process, but we want to make sure that we are legally doing it right and that we go through the proper steps to ensure that we have the proper winner for the sweepstakes. So we're going to lay out that winner process for all of you who care and want to know the details. We work with a third-party company called American Sweepstakes Company. They've been around since 2001, handling contests, sweepstakes, raffles all across the country. They handle our official terms and rules for the sweepstakes. They audit the entire process, the entire time with all of our communication. They give us insurance through errors and omissions, cybersecurity. They also handle all the state bonds to make sure that we are legally able to register in all 50 states. They even handle the winners process and they do the drawing at the end while also handling our mailing entries. So they handle quite a bit of the process for us and help cover us as a third party. We also work with another third-party company called Audience. They have handled contests through iHeartRadio for 10 years. They work with big influencers like Zach King, and they handle the electronic side of our sweepstakes with all of the entries. Because we are not doing a raffle and people don't get actual tickets, they're actually getting numbers through the process for the entries, and those all have to be tracked. So we have a store on Shopify, and Audience has an integration with our store, and every time someone makes a purchase with a product or just straight entries, their system can track that and tells how many entries that person should have in the system, and all that is managed on their end and can be audited so that we make sure that we're properly pulling in every person throughout the entire sweepstakes for them to make sure the winner process goes well. At the end of the sweepstakes, Audience then does one last audit. They pull in an export of all of the orders from the dates of the sweepstakes to make sure their system is up to date with every entry that should be accounted for. They then export that list of entries and give that to American Sweepstakes. American Sweepstakes combines that with the mail-in entries, and they do a random electronic drawing to decide who the potential winner is. I will then get an email from American Sweepstakes Company with the potential winner's name, email, phone number, address to start reaching out. Keep in mind, this is really important. We will never, ever contact someone through messages on social media, through a text message, and say that they have won. So if you ever get spammed in that way, know that we will never identify the winner that way. I then have 5 days to reach out to the winner, and I will do everything in my power to get in contact with that winner so that we can have a phone call. If I do not have a phone call with the winner within 5 days, we actually start the process over again. American Sweepstakes gets notified, they do another random drawing, and give me a new potential winner's name. Once I have had a conversation with the potential winner, which is really fun, then I get them back in contact with the American Sweepstakes Company. They keep me out of the loop in communication. They have their own phone call, and there's documents that need to be filled out to make sure that one, that they actually comply with the terms, that they do meet the requirements for the official rules, that they accept them, they fill out an affidavit, and they go through that process with the American Sweepstakes Company. Once they finish that process, which usually takes a few days, and if they decide not to and turn down the prize, or they don't fill out their paperwork in time, we start the process over again. But the hope is they finish their paperwork, we finalize that, American Sweepstakes then sends me an email and says you are now able to give them their prize. And something I didn't mention at the beginning is that we don't actually get the potential winner's name till a week after the sweepstakes is over to make sure that process is fully closed, they get their mail-in entries. But then once the prize is finally ready to be delivered, we now have an official winner's name and we can meet up and get their cash or car, whatever they're getting as their prize. And that's really exciting, but you can see how this entire process, if done really smoothly and really quickly, can be done in a minimum of about 2 weeks. It could take upward to 4 to 6 weeks if the process takes longer. So now you know why this process can take a while. Again, we understand the frustration. We want to give the winner their prize. We want to show people this is real and legit. But it does take time. So thanks for sticking through this video, learning our winners process. Go join in and check out our current sweepstakes, and let's support an incredible cause.